Shaco's Q is probably the most annoying skill in this kit, and in this video I'm going to give you some tips to subtly change the way you use your Q to unlock its hidden potential. Disclaimer: all these tricks don't always work and can backfire. However, when you pull it off, it can be very fun to do. Alright, so I'm just going to say in general, before you consider the way you're going to Q, it's important to know where all the enemies are so that you know the safe directions that you can Q to. Alright, so probably the most used way Shaco's Q is used is what I like to call the simple Q. So the simple Q is when you Q to the same direction that you're moving to. So this trick's only good when you have an objective really close to you, or you really only need to use your Q as like a flash and you really don't need the invisibility. As you can see here, I'm against an Alawi top, and I got low from Alawi by 1v1ing her at like level 1. So since I started Q, I can just Q away from her. And since Alawi is relatively unmobile and my turret's really close, I can just Q in the same direction that I'm running to. Alright, so the next Q trick I'm going to teach you is the Juking Q. This is also very common. Basically, you're running a certain direction and then you Q the opposite direction that you are moving to. This is very useful because if the enemy thinks that you're going to simple Q, you're actually doing a Juking Q, so you're running in the opposite direction and you're gonna make a big distance. The only problem with this is sometimes it's not very optimal to do a Juking Q. In higher elo, this only works when you're queuing to a less optimal path. Also, this can backfire really easily if the enemy either just gives up and turns around when you Q, or like say they know you're gonna Juking, you're queuing the opposite direction. You can get heavily punished by misusing this trick. Alright, so the next Q trick I'm going to talk about is the wall Q. It's basically when you Q over a wall. So the enemy either is forced to use a dash or a flash to chase you. However, you could possibly be screwed if they do have flash and they do decide to flash over to chase you, because then you don't have any other mobility to get out of there. I recommend using this trick only when the enemy doesn't have a dash or flash, or they recently used it, so you know they're not going to be able to chase you over the wall. Because if they are able to chase you like this clip as I'm invading a Shaco, I get the blue buff, but the enemy Shaco has Q, so he chases me. If he Q'd a little bit sooner, I would be dead and punished for Qing over the wall when I could have Q'd some other direction, which kind of leads me to my next trick. This trick is what I like to call the fake wall Q. It's where you go close to the wall and you Q to the enemy. You just see a fog of smoke and it appears that you Q'd over the wall, but in reality you did not Q over the wall. So this is very useful when you know the enemy has a dash or a flash ability, and you can use this trick to bait out the flash without getting punished or anything like that if they try chasing you. I just want to remind you that you also have to be always aware of the enemy team, because if you Q some direction where the enemy is gonna be, you're also screwed. Even if you do one of these tricks and the person you're running away from is tricked, you need to trick the whole entire team. So this Q trick, I've never seen anyone use this Q trick before, or it could just be I don't watch enough Twitch streams. But anyways, basically the Q trick is you're running a certain direction, you click somewhere else, and then you Q a different direction. So to the enemy team, this is how it looks. It looks like you maybe misclicked, or there's a visual glitch in a certain direction, and it looks like you Q'd in that direction, but in reality you did not. So in this clip, I'm super fed. I do a Juking Q in, and because I was able to Juke Q, and because I was super fed, I was able to get a kill for Misfortune. In the second example, okay, it's a little bit other situation. I'm also pretty fed, or not. I have a lot of damage in this Q. Hecarim is coming, so it would be obvious that I did a plain Q to escape, right? But no, that's what they would expect. But as you can see here, Hecarim starts to group with Orianna because he realizes that I might go for Orianna, but I still kill her. I'm running away, and I do the fidget Q, and it appears that I ran away that direction. But in fact, I ran the opposite direction, and if I didn't do it and I just did a simple Q, I would probably be killed by Hecarim because he has enough speed to catch up with me. If you enjoyed the video, please like it, and if you want to, make sure you share with someone if you think you know someone who would be greatly helped by this video. And thanks for watching.